John Virgo, and will join them in frame 9. Trump at the table.
So, first red of the morning to the young man from Bristol. A little bit thin on the blue, otherwise I think he'd have played the blue, so he's playing the yellow. Have to be content with leaving this red just off the baulk cushion.
3. 4.
Has the perfect angle on the yellow to get onto the one just above the black, but it'd be interesting to see if he plays for that now or plays for a different ball. The one in ball can get on easily, but he'd love to get on that one just top of the black. Well, he's playing the deep screw off one, maybe 2 cushions to get on that, and that's not necessarily easy to get on. I'm surprised he chose the brown. You don't have a lot of idea when you're playing a screw shot of the pace, and there you see a perfect example of that. It's tough to judge the pace right when you're playing off a screw shot. I mean, the yellow was half ball.
Well, a good recovery pot, but as we see so many times, when you pot a ball and run into other reds, you're never certain where the cue ball's going to finish. And it couldn't have finished much worse for Judd. Makes this black very missable.
Judd, Trump 9.
No surprise. It wasn't easy, that. He didn't. Well, a lot of players in our day may have just trickled into the cluster of reds there rather than play the risky pot, but 딩전휘vs트럼프, he's not frightened to go for his shots. It was a tough one, this. He knew it was never going to be a shot for nothing with those 2 reds at the far end of the table.
As we've been saying all week, he's blessed with an amazing amount of cue power. He's going to need it all there. Another example of his cue power.
1.
Not the best kissed in the world, but he is on the yellow. The black's not good really, because he can't get onto the red when the black goes on its own spot. That red will be covered, the loose one at this end.
Well, what's he playing here? Well, he's playing the double. He always knew he was going to cover, the red to the left of the yellow, but he wasn't certain where that red was going to go once it didn't go in the pocket. slow up, needs to slow up. Just ran an inch or two past the baulk line. If it had been this side of the baulk line, you'd have had a choice of baulk colours. Still got the black at this end of the table, but as Willie said a few moments ago, the problem is with the red that's just open at this end of the table. Once the black's potted, it won't go into the opposite pocket. And he's trying to manoeuvre the cue ball over to that side to make that red available. Well, I don't know. I'm hearing a few groans from the crowd. Has he been lucky? I don't think so. Now he can get through to this.
1.
That was a little careless. Overran that a lot, and the same old problem has been there all the time. Straight on the black is no good. Needed to finish a foot shorter than that, so he could have got round the back of the red. It's not settled yet this morning, has he?
Yeah, you know as well as I do, Willie. Sometimes the way the balls are situated can dictate how a frame develops. Long way away. Now I'd be lucky to get away with this. Well, he's left the red. I'd have to say, not the easiest red, and because this was a long way away, really. Yeah, nicely played. I think this is a big session for 딩전휘. I mean, obviously we know he's under tremendous pressure. He's got so much support back in China, but there was just moments yesterday when you just felt the crowd were moving on to Judd Trump's side. You know the way he plays and everything else.
Yes, he's witnessed that before, hasn't he, 딩전휘? And a match that's easily remembered is the final of the Masters when he played against Ronnie O'Sullivan, where he virtually broke down. But I think he's a lot more mature player now, John, and very, very capable of winning this championship. Goes without saying, he's one of the favourites now.
Yeah, he's just got to focus on the job in hand and not get distracted by other outside influences. As I say, a very interesting session this morning. Played the positive shot and it's worked out beautifully. It's worked out beautifully.
9. Ten.
Yes, the disturbing thing here for Judd Trump is the fact that he's had 3 chances in the balls and unfortunately finished virtually straight on the black on a couple of occasions.
17.
You never really mind when you're sitting in that chair if your opponent knocks a good ball in and goes on to win a frame. What annoys you is when you know perhaps you should have had a sizable lead in the frame, which Judd certainly should have done in this one.
18. $25. $26.
There's a nice angle on the black. He may be able to run round off 2 cushions and avoid playing for the red along the top cushion. That's what he wanted to do. Obviously, the one immediately below the pink is available into the right corner.
$34.
Potless pink go 18 points in front. So he's going to need the 3 remaining reds. That red along the top cushion, it's just off the top cushion.
40.
So it makes it missable. The only advantage will be he will only need the red. So if he gets right behind it, he can just drop it in dead weight.
$41.
Nicely on the black again. He won't be risking any cannons. He's got the perfect angle just to roll this in and play for the red below the pink into the opposite corner. And now all about getting good position. 26 ahead, 43 remaining. Potless red, potless black go 34 ahead with 35 remaining.
$49.
Just a little further than he would have liked. He'd have liked to have got very, very close to this red, but I still think he can get close enough. See what I mean? He'd like to have been 6 or 7 inches away from it.
Yeah, there's no certainty this.
56.
He only needs the red. Well played. There was pressure on that. And that black going in will mean that Judd Trump will not come back to the table. 42 ahead,
64.
27 remaining. Had a few chances, but the balls were a little bit awkward early on. And sometimes in these scrappy frames, well, you're better off getting a chance when everything's been sorted out.
Yeah, which is what happened here, hadn't it? Judd did all the running in the early part of the frame, but just missed that one key ball by a long way.
Yeah, well, he'd run out of position, I suppose, and he'd be a bit disappointed getting down to play that red. But this is quite impressive from 딩전휘vs트럼프. There you see it. Been all round the table.
78.
But he'd be pleased to get this first frame on the scoreboard.
$84.
Nicely compiled break by 딩전휘vs트럼프. And that's what he needed, a good start to the morning, having started 2 frames behind. He's now reduced his arrears to 1.
Well, Ding looked a little bit frustrated at the tail end of yesterday's opening session, but he started very brightly this